how we rap a lot. I'm at Sabia, Indian. Again, I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the boys,
High school, champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Collinsville Sports Complex here on the western side of Collinsville as we get you set for a little Kahok softball action as your Collinsville Kahawks get ready to take on the Belleville West Lady Maroons. I am Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network as we welcome you into the pregame show brought to you this afternoon by Cafe Agape in Collinsville, home of the Kahok Chicken Sandwich. Cafe Agape been doing their thing since 2012, getting ready to celebrate their 10-year anniversary. What do? Well, they offer catering and some of the best home-cooked food in the area. Pork steaks, meatloaf, chicken, and don't forget about those holiday times, too, with those hams and those turkeys, although the holidays are mostly behind us now. But you get the idea. How about some great sides as well? Some green beans, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese. They got it all. You have an event coming up that you need to cater? Well, they can help you out with that as well. As big as a wedding reception or as small as a business luncheon. Cafe Agape. Give them a call today at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. Kahawks come into this contest with an overall record of 7-11. Collinsville is 2-5 in conference play and are under their second-year head coach Jessica Smitling, who comes in with an even record so far in her year plus at 24-24. Belleville West, they come in with a 14-6 overall record. They are 5-2 in Southwestern Conference play, and they are also under a second-year head coach in Cassandra Corte. And Cassandra has a record of 26 wins and 19 losses so far in her 1+ years. Collinsville comes into this averaging 7.1 runs scored per game, while Belleville West comes in averaging 9.6 runs per game. And that is almost what Collinsville allows on defense. Lady Kahawks are allowing, on average, 9.5 runs a game. Belleville West, they're doing better in that department, excuse me, as they're allowing an average of 5.8 runs per game. For Collinsville, after a 5-4 start to the season from opening day on March 14th through a 5-4 win versus Alton on April 7th, the Lady Kahawks were off to a promising start to the 2022 campaign. Since that win versus Alton, Collinsville has fallen on rough times, going 2-7 since then. Lady Kahawks are coming off of back-to-back losses to Edwardsville, 18-0 here at home on Friday in a game that we brought you here on the Kahawk Sports Network, and a 10-0 loss at Edwardsville yesterday. And that's 28-0 is the run differential there in those games. Belleville West, they have won 2 straight after yesterday's 17-7 win over Nashville. That was on the heels of a 14-1 win over Southwestern Conference foe O'Fallon. 11 of the 14 wins this year, the Maroons have scored 10 or more runs. Belleville West won 5 of their first 7 games, including a 4-game win streak. They had a 5-game win streak from April 9th to the 18th, and that ended with a 5-3 loss to Belleville East. Lady Maroons, by the way, are playing their 4th game in as many days. Monday they lost 20-7 to Redbud. Tuesday they had that win over O'Fallon, and Wednesday the win over Nashville. Today, of course, they're playing Collinsville, and tomorrow they have the day off, and then they have a doubleheader on Saturday versus Civic Memorial. So when it's all said and done, the Lady Maroons will have played 6 games in 7 days. So we'll see if all these games in a row is kind of tuckered them out as we get ready to go along here. All right, we take our first break here on the Cafe Agape pregame show, and when we come back, we continue our conversations with this year's senior class. And coming up next is senior Maya Clark, and my conversation with Maya will come your way after a timeout here on the Kahawk Sports Network. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahawk sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite. In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. In Collinsville, that person is Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor. Jason Regg will work to build a complete picture of your financial life, including your unique goals and passions. Jason Regg of your Collinsville Edward Jones office plays a big part in the community and the Collinsville Unit 10 School District with his Kahawk Educator of the Month award. To take care of the things along the path of you and your family's financial journey, call Jason Regg at the Collinsville Edward Jones office at 618-344-0252. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net. The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times Tribune. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. And we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Southwestern Conference softball action is what we have for you today as Collinsville gets ready to take on Belleville West, and we continue talking to our seniors of the year. And this time, number 19, senior Maya Clark, infielder and pitcher. First of all, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me a little bit about your family. Don't leave anything out. Mom, dad, brothers, sisters, pets.
Okay. I have my mom, my dad, my brother, he's 26. And then for pets, I have a dog named Madison. And then I actually have 2 guinea pigs.
Nothing wrong with guinea pigs. You got names for the names for the guinea pigs?
Oreo and Scotch.
So 2 sweet names, Oreo and Scotch. What was the dog's name again?
Maddie.
Maddie. Okay, I got you there. All right. Tell me about the older brother a little bit. You being the younger sister, I'm getting you got picked on a lot, and did that help you in your endeavor in the sports world?
Yeah, it sure did. Yep.
How? And tell me a little bit about that. So, I mean, were you guys competitive?
He's a lot older than me, and he moved out when I was like probably 8 years old. So we've kind of always gotten along pretty well, but whenever he did make fun of me, it has helped me out here.
Well, that's good because, you know, older brothers, they got it coming back to him at some point, right? All right, let's talk about your sports. Let's talk about golf first. Shot at 83, finished 6th in the Madco tourney at Legacy. You finished in a tie for first with a +3 in a loss against Belleville East. You have a lot of good stats for golf in your senior season. Tell me a little bit about your experience in the Kahok golfing world.
Yeah, it was a really good one. The college part of it, I'm sad that I'm not going to play college golf, but I'm really happy with the memories that I do have from golf, and it's something I'm going to keep doing for the rest of my life. So I hope to come back and someday help coach that team in some form next year.
That would be cool. All right, so does golf help any when it comes to playing softball?
Yes, the mental part of golf was extremely hard for me to get over because it's an individual sport, so it's helped me mentally prepare to go out and do my part mentally for softball, but also help the team out in whatever way I can.
And I noticed when I was looking up your stats in the golf and I was running across all the other names, man, a lot of your golf friends on the Kahok sports golf team play other sports as well, not just you. So you had like basketball player Ricky Merlack, you have Kira Van Dyke playing on the soccer team. Yeah, you got all kinds of them. So tell me, what was that like playing with all these girls that are in different sports?
Well, it's like we go support each other as much as we can now, and I'm blessed to have all those friends from that sport, and I have new ones now from softball, so it's been a fun experience. So.
Friends are always good. All right, let's talk a little softball. You did not play your junior season. Sophomore season obviously was canceled because of COVID. You played as a freshman. You got in 1 game. You pitched 1 game, and it didn't go so well. You had 1 inning pitch, gave up 2 hits, 3 walks, 5 runs, all of them earned, and you took the loss in that contest. So what do you remember about that 1 game experience as a freshman?
I remember being so nervous that game, and I just didn't want to let people down, and I did not have nearly as much confidence then as I do right now. So I just feel more comfortable around these girls, and like I can go out there and be myself right now. And whether we win or lose, like they're gonna have my back no matter what.
All right, let's talk about this year, your senior year. You're batting .340, 16 hits, 11 of them singles, 3 doubles, couple of triples. Number 4 on the team in the RBI department with 11. The pitching side, 32 innings pitched, 46 runs, only 28 of those are earned, so your earned run average is kind of up there a little bit. And you have a 5-1 record, though. You have the winning record on the pitching staff. Talk to me about this year. Start with your batting and then transition over to pitching.
Batting was always a strong suit for me even whenever softball was my main sport as a kid. And so I just wanted to come back and be competitive again in that area because that is where I'm more confident out of the two, defense and offense. So just making contact for me was a huge goal of mine. It's actually like we do puzzle pieces here, and that was my starting puzzle piece was just making contact with the ball. And from there, we've changed it to be on-base percentage because I feel like we've all gotten stronger with our original goals.
And pitching. To me, pitching I would think is the toughest part about softball.
Mentally, yes, it is. And, I mean, physically you're out there, you're in control of everything that's going on. Like Schneider told us yesterday when we were out pitching in the bullpen that we're controlling the speed of the game, and I thought that was interesting, a way to look at it.
All right, time for the segment called Your Favorite Things. I call them my favorite things, but it's actually you. All right, here we go. Favorite movie?
Harry Potter.
Favorite music genre?
Country.
Favorite musical artist or group?
Morgan Wallen.
Best breakfast food?
Pancakes.
Favorite sweet snack?
Sweet snack. Probably cupcakes.
Favorite salty snack?
Pretzels.
Favorite soft drink?
Mountain Dew.
Girl, my Mountain Dew. I like that too. All right, real quick, can you tell me a little bit about prom? Did you have fun?
We had so much fun. Most of the girls, I think there were like maybe 15 of us or so that went to prom, and all the softball girls stayed together, so it was really fun.
All right, talk to me about this season. Kind of a little bit of a downer compared to last year. I know you weren't on last year's team, but record-wise, it's a little bit of a downer. What's it like being on this year's team?
We talk a lot about going out there and being competitive, and I think we talked about the other day, something that really stuck with me was we're going to go out there and be competitive and win the games we should, and if we lose, we want it to be a tough fought loss, which I thought was a good way to look at it, to just go out there and give it our all every single time, and the outcome is whatever it is.
All right, you have Belleville West today. You pitched a inning and a third in the game earlier this year. What do you remember about Belleville West that you can maybe use this time?
I remember hitting outside a lot, and she was calling it all outside because that was what we found was their weakness, and I think I was using a lot of off-speed that game, so I think I'll continue to do that if I do pitch this game.
All right, and graduation's a couple of weeks away. What's in the future for Maya Clark?
I'm going to SIUE, majoring in pharmacy, and I hope to play club or intramural softball there.
Thanks for the visit. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Maya Clark, your Collinsville Lady Kahok softball team. We'll take a break here on the Cafe Agape pregame show. When we come back, starting lineups for both sides. We'll do that next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves, like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and, of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family-size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027.
And once again, welcome back to the Collinsville Sports Complex here in Collinsville. I'm Todd Duke. Chris Keller will be here in just a moment as we are just about ready for some action. Try to avoid the raindrops here. We have rain all around us. It looks like, according to the Futurecast on the old app, that it may arrive about 6 o'clock, 6:15, so we'll see if we can get this game in. Here are your starters. We begin with Belleville West. They'll be up to bat first, and you will find leading off JoJo Adams. JoJo will bat first and play center field. Sophia Benty will bat second and play shortstop. Paige Missy is playing third base as well as batting third. Peyton Hilpert is behind the plate doing the catching and batting in the cleanup spot. Emily Allen bats fifth and plays second base. Batting sixth and playing first base is Elise Gibson. Peyton Todd is in the pitcher's circle and batting seventh. Emma McGinnis is in right field and batting eighth. And Aubrey Weaver is in left field batting ninth. That's a look at your starting lineup for Belleville West. We'll give you Collinsville's starting lineup as the bottom of the first rolls along. Defensively for Collinsville, a little bit of a shakeup here. No Alex Jacobs playing first base today, so we had to move around some parts, and here's what we have. Reese Kendall is playing left field. Lexi Rafalowski is in center field. Maddie Harris is in right field. Around the horn, the usual. Brianna Wellen is playing at third base. Katie Bardwell, who usually plays in the outfield, is playing shortstop because Briley Anderton had to move over to first base to take the place of Alex Jacobs. So Anderton's over at first. Maya Clark, our pregame interviewee, is at second base, and Marissa Thomas is in the pitching circle, and she'll be pitching to Mackenzie Young behind the plate. For Thomas on the year, this is her 15th game, her 11th start. She's 2-8 on the year with 56 and a third innings pitched, 75 runs given up, but only 36 of those are earned. A 4.47 earned run average, and Marissa has struck out 37 while walking 21 as we welcome in now Chris Kettler on the other microphone. How are you, sir?
Oh, very good. Glad it's a nice enough day to get a softball game in. Nice
It
enough,
is.
I said.
Nice enough. Here is JoJo Adams. And Adams stepping in first, leading her team in the batting average category with 475 on the year. She has 26 runs batted in, 6 home runs on the year for Adams. She pops this one up, and there is Maya Clark. See, you interviewed in the pregame show, and the first pitch of the game comes to you, and you get to make an out. How about that?
Hopefully the Chaos can have this a little crisper than the last home game. As Edwardsville had 5 runs actually real quick. Beginning of the game, we'd like to keep this goose egg up here before the Chaos come up to bat.
Yeah, that would be really nice. Here is Sophia Benty. And Sophia on the year batting .357 with 18 runs batted in. Most of her hits have been singles. She does have 5 doubles to her credit. As Thomas is already with the 1-0 pitch to Sophia Benty, and that one's a little high. Spells her last name Boente, and it's pronounced Benty. Sophia digs in from the right side. No sunshine to speak of today. That's not a problem. Lots of clouds around, and with the clouds, we'll bring some raindrops. That one finds the inside corner. That's a called strike, 2-1. 1 out. Top of the first. We're just underway. Collinsville's out there in their purple trousers, white jerseys, as that one goes outside, and I guess that was ball 4. So a walk and a base runner. And that will bring up Paige Missy. Paige Missy, the third baseman, batting .377 on the year with 24 runs batted in, 1 home run, and 7 doubles. Extra base hits has been kind of the key to Belleville West here this year. They've got a bunch. Most of them doubles.
Notice they've been able to put up quite a lot of runs.
Yep. 10 of their 14 wins, they have scored 10 or more runs. So they can do some scoring. Runner at first base and 1 out. Next pitch on the way. Runner goes. Throw down to second base is not going to be in time. Nice job getting in front of the bag there by Katie Bardwell. She's not used to playing shortstop, so we'll see how she does there at one of the most important infield spots. Stolen base. Sends Benty down to second. And it's a 1-1 count. Now 1-2. A swing and a miss there by Missy. So Thomas has her right where she wants her. Peyton Hilpert, the catcher, on deck. Runner at second and 1 out. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a pop fly, foul ball, and it's playable, but Maddie Harris couldn't quite get there in time. Maddie's used to playing left field. She moves over into right field where Katie Bardwell is usually stationed. And it just turns into a long strike.
Thomas ahead of this pitcher here, or batter here, and get this strikeout.
That would be nice. Thomas ready. Here's the 1-2. Nice job making contact with that one up at the plate, because I think that Missy was a little undecided there. At the last minute, she decided to swing at it and got a piece of it, because that was probably going to be a strike on the outside corner. So it stays 1-2.
Had to protect last second, fight that one off.
Thomas once again looks into Young. She's ready to go. And another 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a bouncing ball for Wellen at third base. She scoops it and she throws. Anderton makes the catch. Over to third base moves Benty. And there are 2 away in the inning.
Almost got Missy to chase that one a bit high too, and gets the out.
Here's the cleanup hitter, Peyton Hilpert. Hilpert, 18 runs batted in, 3 home runs, batting .371 on the year. Thomas would like to get her and get out of this inning with no damage done, and there's a nice start with a first pitch strike to the Maroons catcher, Peyton Hilpert.
Like to leave this runner on third. Get out of this first inning.
You and everybody else wearing the purple and white would like to also. Next pitch, that almost hit her, goes behind her, and it gets away from the catcher, Young, and so much for that run not coming home. It's 1-0 in favor of Belleville West on a wild pitch. So a wild pitch and a walk already in the inning for Marissa Thomas.
Walk, stole a base, moved over to third on the ground out on a wild pitch.
Walks will kill you, man, every time. So
No
2
hits.
out, nobody on. 1-1 pitch. Outside, ball 2, excuse me.
Run without a hit.
Yep. Those will really get into the crawl there of the head coaches for any team, man. Those runs that weren't really earned. And Collinsville has a bunch of those. Here's a 2-1. That one is outside. That was 3-1, so another walk. 2 walks in the inning. One of those walks has already come home to score. And with 2 out, we'll try to make sure that the other one does not come home to score. We have a courtesy runner. That is Sophia Rossi. And she will run for the catcher, Hilpert, so Hilpert can come back in and put on the catching gear. And here is Emily Allen, the second baseman. Allen is batting .406 on the year with 1 home run and 13 runs batted in. Here's the pitch, swinging a foul ball out of play to the right side. 0-1. Maroons beat O'Fallon Monday night, 14-1, or excuse me, Tuesday night. What is today? Thursday. Yeah, Tuesday. They played Nashville last night. That was a nice job by Mackenzie Young back behind the plate to snag that one. That one just stuck in the webbing of her glove. And that keeps the runner at first base.
West played Nashville yesterday. That's why this game didn't get moved up like the soft baseball game did.
Yeah. 1-1. That's the count. Here's the pitch. Outside and off of the glove of Mackenzie Young. That's a passed ball. So we've had a wild pitch, a passed ball, and 2 walks in the inning. And a 2-1 count now for Emily Allen with Elise Gibson waiting on deck. Thomas is ready with the next. Here it is. Wow, strike on the outside corner. That was a nice pitch. 2-2. Runner at second base and 2 away. 1 run already home. Maroons lead 1-0, and here is the 2-2. That's outside, and that's another wild pitch. Second one of the inning. And that'll allow Rossi to move over to third base. So Collinsville in jeopardy of allowing another walked batter to score.
Yeah,
nice to get the strikeout here.
Still without a hit.
Yeah. Emily Allen with a full count against her. Here's the payoff pitch from Thomas. Swinging a high pop fly. Maddie Harris is on the line and has it for the out. And that is the way that the first inning comes to a close, but not before 1 run does come across. On nary a hit, no errors committed, and 1 runner left on base. We head now to the home half of the first inning, and we'll be back to tell you all about the bottom of the first inning in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking. Conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
Lexi Rafalowski will lead things off here for Collinsville. Rafalowski will play center field as she already did in the top half of the first, and we'll try to get things started here for Collinsville in the bottom of the first. And the pitch, a bunt attempt, and she went through it, did Rafalowski. Rafalowski followed by Mackenzie Young, catching, batting second. Riley Anderton batting third, playing first base. Brianna Wellen batting in the cleanup spot today, playing third base. Maya Clark at second base, batting in the number 5 hole. Another bunt. That one goes foul, so 0-2 to Rafalowski. Bardwell playing shortstop and batting sixth. Emma Hilton is the designated player. She'll be batting for Marissa Thomas, who's pitching. And Emma batting in the number 7 spot. Reese Kendall playing left field, batting 8th. And Maddie Harris is batting 9th and playing right field as that ball sails outside to Rafalowski, who comes in with a .422 batting average. 3 runs batted in on the year for Lexi. Her forte is stolen bases. She has 16 of those this year, and she leads the team in that department. Next pitch on the way for Todd, just a bit outside. That was a tough take there for Rafalowski.
Trying to bunt her way on early in this bat, use the speed, get on.
Now she needs to just knock one off the end of the bat down the third baseline. And she swings right through it. So Rafalowski goes down swinging for the first out. And that will bring up Mackenzie Young.
Mackenzie Young.
And Young on the year batting .491. Couple of home runs, 15 runs batted in for the Kahok catcher. We'll set the defense for Belleville West here after this pitch is outside. Aubrey Weaver is in left field. JoJo Adams is in center. Emma McGinnis is in right field. Paige Missy is at third base. Sophia Benty is at shortstop. Emily Allen at second. Elise Gibson's at first. Peyton Todd is in the circle. And pitching to Peyton Hilpert. So Peyton pitching to Peyton. And as far as the numbers for Todd goes, this is her 13th game, her 12th start. 8-4 on the year, 82 innings pitched, a 2.99 earned run average, and she leads the team in strikeouts with 49 and also in the walk department with 27. She has not hit a batter this year, but she has uncorked 7 wild pitches. 2-1 the count to Mackenzie Young. Collinsville trailing 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Kahok's looking for base runners, which has been hard to come by over the last few games. 2-2 now to Young. Mackenzie Young steps in from the right side. Peyton Todd pitches, and a foul ball right over the Maroons dugout here down the first base side. JV teams are playing over on field number 4. They're already underway. The only other sport in action today is volleyball, as the boys volleyball team is at Edwardsville tonight. Tough ask there to win your first Southwestern Conference game against the Tigers. Full count to Mackenzie Young. Riley Anderton waits on deck, hoping to have a base runner to move around. Here's the next pitch from Todd. Swinging a high fly ball. This one's on the infield. Emily Allen at second base calls for it. She has it. Out number 2. So nothing doing for the first 2 batters. Here is the leading batter for Collinsville, and she has some of the most loftiest numbers in the spring softball season on the east side of the Mississippi River, as Anderton comes in batting .661, 35 runs batted in, 8 home runs. She's having a spectacular year at the plate.
That's real good numbers there. Probably easily might be first team all-conference with numbers like that.
Yeah, I think she's second in batting average in the whole entire Metro East area. Next pitch misses. 2-0 the count to Anderton, playing first base today. She was the first senior that we interviewed this year when we started doing our senior interviews. Going by jersey number, so we've got 8, 9, and 19 in the books. Got to keep on going. I think we have, 7 total seniors?
Yeah, I believe it's 7 seniors for softball.
Only had 3 for volleyball. I'm already finished with their interviews.
5 for girls soccer.
Yeah. I have 2 more to go in that department. Next pitch, Anderton screams one down to third base side. Nice pickup by Missy over at third and a strong throw. And Collinsville goes down 1-2-3 in their half of the first inning. So Belleville West already leading by a score of 1-0. Will bat again in the top of the second inning. And we'll be back to tell you all about the second inning in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future. To create your inheritance. To build your vision. To anticipate the known and unknown. And to find potential in both. And build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene with Visionary Wealth Advisors at his new Collinsville office located at 106 North Clinton, or call Brad at 618-467-8420.
Elise Gibson will lead things off here for Belleville West, as we are in the top of the second inning. 1-0 in favor of Belleville West, and a pop fly. This is in no man's land. Oh, what a nice job. Katie Bardwell from her shortstop position drove all the way out to shallow left field and snags that one backhanded. Nicely done there, Bardwell.
Gibson thought she had one that she could drive there, came in her hands a little bit more, and that's all she could do with it. Great catch by Bardwell.
Yeah, Gibson came in batting .407 with 19 runs batted in, too, so she's no slouch at the plate. Here is Peyton Todd, the pitcher. Todd on the year, batting .305 with 14 runs batted in. She looks at one inside for a called strike. This is Peyton Todd's third day in a row pitching. She pitched 5 innings on Tuesday against O'Fallon. She pitched another 4 innings yesterday in that 17-7 win over Nashville. This one's inside, also on the corner. She's just kind of letting them go there, thinking that they're too far inside. She doesn't move, that's for sure. So quickly 0-2. One pitcher to the next pitcher. Thomas is ready with the 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. Swinging a foul ball back to the screen. That'll keep Todd up there. Emma McGinnis waits on deck. Been a while since Collinsville scored some runs. They got shut out 2 games in a row by Edwardsville, and that was after that 13-run outburst against Granite City. Here's another 0-2. Swinging a foul ball out of play. She went after one high and outside. Did Todd. She has a cool last name. Another 0-2 pitch coming from Thomas. Swinging another foul ball. She was real late on that swing. Yeah, when I was in the Army, one of my Army mates, his last name was Todd, and we used to stand right next to each other in formation. And then so we would have Todd and then Duke. That's what it said on your name badges over your pocket. Your last names are on those Army uniforms. So we had Todd Duke standing next to each other. Here's Bardwell. She plays that hop perfectly. Throw over to first base. Nice stretch over there by Briley Anderton, and there are 2 away. Got to tell you, I'm so far impressed with Bardwell's play at shortstop.
2 tough different plays, and then Anderton also switching positions, really had to stretch out to get that ball. She's the other part of that change.
Here is Emma McGinnis. McGinnis on the year batting .308. She takes one inside. That one's not called a strike. Batting .308, just 1 run batted in on the year, and she has 4 hits. All 4 of them have been singles. Next pitch. Low, ball 2. McGinnis is only in her 18th plate appearance on the year. 2-0 the count. Next pitch on the way, and a slow roller. That one's going to be gobbled up by Maya Clark, and a low throw, but picked out of the dirt quite nicely over there by Anderton. So, again, Bardwell shining at shortstop in a position she's not used to playing. And then Anderton over there made a couple of good scoops and a nice stretch on the other play. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Collinsville on the defensive side of things. We will change that to the bottom of the second And we'll come back and tell you all about the bottom of the second in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Brianna Wellen will lead things off here in the bottom half of the second for your Collinsville Kahawks, and the first pitch she looks to is outside. Bree on the year, batting .415 with 18 runs batted in, couple of home runs. She led the team last year in home runs and RBIs. Trying to pick up her play a little bit here as the season goes on. That one's a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike the count to the Kahawk third baseman. It'll be Wellen, Clark, and Bardwell here in the bottom of the second inning. If anyone can get on, Emma Hilton, the designated player, with a chance to bat. There's a partial swing. I think she changed her mind about right when she pulled the trigger on that swing and didn't want to do it anymore, but it was too late. 1-2.
Last year's team really cranked out a lot of home runs, didn't they?
Yeah.
Some kind of record.
I think they set a record last year. They did, yeah. Swinging a high pop fly on the infield. Peyton Todd calls for it close to the first baseline, and there is one away. Maya Clark, our pregame guest, gets her first at bat of this game.
She's going to get a big hit.
Maya, yeah, she already had a good play in the outfield, so why not? Maya comes in batting .340 with 11 runs batted in. Heard me spout out some of her numbers in the pregame interview. She has 3 doubles and 2 triples on the year, looking for her first home run. There's a shot, goes underneath the legs of the shortstop. Nice job over there by Benty to stay with it, turn around, find the ball, and still have enough time to throw out the runner.
Yeah, she did it all real crispy.
Crispy,
yeah. She did. She got it done fast. Didn't have a lot of time to waste. Good defensive play.
A couple of good defensive plays by each shortstop here. And speaking of, here is Katie Bardwell. Bardwell on the year batting .209, 8 runs batted in. Katie does have 1 home run under her belt this year. She had a few of those last year as well. I think her home run this year was a grand slam, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, one of her first games.
Yeah. And a bunt down the first base line. That's foul. Just had enough spin on it to get out of bounds, because if not, that was going to be close to being picked up by Gibson and tagging out Bardwell. Katie also plays on the basketball team. Steps in from the right side with a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Outside. Something's going on over there at the JV game. I heard all the screaming. 2-1 the count to Bardwell. Here's the pitch, down low. 3-1. Kahawks looking for their first base runner. Could that be Bardwell? Emma Hilton waits on deck. Todd pitches. Swinging a foul ball, almost right back over to where Emma Hilton's taking her practice swings over there. Full count. Here's the pitch. Oh, come on. That was way outside, man. I'm sorry.
She was wondering, should I pull the trigger on that one? Didn't want to do it, but he rings her up anyway.
Yeah, that was tough to take, man. Tough to watch, because that ball appeared to be well outside. So nothing doing in the bottom of the second for Collinsville. We head now to the top of the third inning. Belleville West coming up to the plate, and we'll be back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs, and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Todd Duke is my name. Chris Kettler on the other microphone. Glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville and Belleville West doing battle on the softball diamond. The only batter that has not bat for Belleville West is up to the plate now. From the left side, that is Aubrey Weaver. And what a nice grab by Anderton over at first base. I'm telling you what, after today, they might want to keep this defensive setup just the way it is.
Really had to dive out for that one. Just barely got to it. Didn't have any more room to spare. If she was a foot less of a reach, another inch short on her reach, it wouldn't have got to it.
Yeah. Got that just in the webbing. There's a pop fly out of play off the bat of JoJo Adams, who popped up to Maya Clark at second base her first time up. So Anderton with a couple of nice plays over at first base. Bardwell with a couple of nice plays at shortstop.
So the changes have worked out really well defensively.
Yeah. Just got to get these bats going, man. The weather's warmed up, but the bats have not. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to JoJo Adams. Thomas looks in, brings it. It's outside. That's about where that pitch was that was called a strike in the last half inning.
About where it ended up.
Yeah. We all agreed up here that it was outside. Not only outside, but it was a little high as well. 2-1 the count to Adams. Here's the pitch. Swinging a little blooping fly ball, and that one just gets over the glove of Bardwell, and a one-hopper out there to Reese Kendall. And we have our first hit of the game. It belongs to Belleville West and JoJo Adams.
We might see another amazing play there. Bardwell might.
Yeah, I was thinking for a second it was possible, but it didn't happen that time.
Shot by Kendall to back it up. They'll get the ball back in and save that Speedy Adams from maybe trying for second base.
There is Sophia Benty, and the runner goes, and the throw is going to be offline, and a nice job over there by Maya Clark as that ball just tipped right off the glove of Bardwell and went right to her. Ralphalowski was all over it, covering in center field. And the second stolen base of the day for Belleville West. Sophia Benty walked, stole second, went to third on a wild pitch. As that ball was popped up, Maya Clark couldn't. Oh, she almost got it. Hit the glove, came out, and she almost got it with the bare hand, but it falls in. And Benty is on first base with an error.
Didn't look like she was going to have it. Then it didn't look like she was going to have it. Then it looked like she had it, and it fell down, and she almost barehanded it, like you said.
So 1 out, runners on first and second. This is one of those innings that can get away from the Kahawks here. Let's hope not. Here is Paige Missy, who grounded out to Wellen over at third, her first time up. Strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Missy is second on the team in the run batted in category with 24 behind the 26 from Adams. And the next delivery, there's another chance for Clark. She throws over to third. That's not going to be in time. That ball is going to get away, and Adams is going to be able to come home and score, and it's 2-0.
The play there is to go to first, get the second out. Definitely not going to have a chance to get the lead runner with Adams' speed.
So the play goes, Missy reaches first base on a fielder's choice, makes it down to second on the error. And that's the second error committed here in this inning by Clark. So much for the pregame interview star, right?
Not this inning.
Well. And a chance for Wellen. She comes home. Oh, safe at the plate.
Benty did a good job of getting around the tag. The ball did hop up on Wellen just a little bit, and that maybe was the difference.
Wasn't even finished writing down my other stuff yet.
Charlie Dashner into courtesy run.
Dashner into run once again. And Dashner, she has scored 19 runs on the year and does not have an official at bat. She has primarily been used 100% as a courtesy runner. So Missy is on over at third. Dashner, the courtesy runner, on over at first.
Batting for the Maroons, the second baseman, number 8, Emily Allen.
As Emily Allen comes up to bat, as Belleville West has stretched that lead to 3-0, still just one out. Allen flew out to Harris. There's a throw down to second. It's not going to be in time. And the third stolen base of the game belongs to Dasher. She now has 20 steals on the year. Base open, 0-1 the count. Emily Allen at the plate. And Thomas is ready. That one's a called strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-2. Strikeout would be big here.
If you could block the plate and you used to be able to, you might have been able to prevent that third run from scoring.
Yeah.
Guys give her a lane, and she went around.
Yeah, she did.
Enough.
That one's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Emily Allen. Dashner on at second, Missy on at third. 2 runs already home here in the inning. 3 runs have scored on just 1 base hit. A couple of errors in this inning, a couple of walks in the game. High and outside on the next pitch, but a couple of wild pitches. That helped the first run score. Allen digs back in from the right side. 2-2 the count. 2 runners on, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swinging another chance there for Bardwell. Nice scoop, throws over in time. That scores a run. And we actually have our first RBI in this game. Belongs to Emily Allen on a 6-3 putout as Paige Missy comes home to score. And it's 4-0 in favor of Belleville West. And a high fly ball. This one's going to the outfield. Maddie Harris on the run, can't get there. It falls down. Run is going to score. Ralphalowski is there to throw it back in. And that is going to be a long RBI single for Elise Gibson as Maddie Harris just couldn't get there in time.
Long way to go to get to that one from where she's playing, and unfortunate it ends up in kind of a no man's land.
Yep, in that Bermuda Triangle out there where the second baseman Clark couldn't go out fast enough and Maddie Harris, the right fielder, couldn't come in fast enough. There's a strike on the outside corner to the pitcher Peyton Todd, who grounded out to Bardwell her first time up at shortstop. Thomas pitches, swinging a bouncing ball for Clark. Right into her glove, throw over to first base in time for the out, and that's the way that the inning comes to a close. 8 batters went to the plate. It all resulted in 4 runs and only a couple of base hits, helped out by a couple of errors. And we now head to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Collinsville with more work cut out for them as they trail 5-0.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipStLouis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. Back here at the Collinsville Sports Complex on the western side of Collinsville. A very cloudy day. Rain is in the forecast, and it'll be here before we know it. And a bunt, and that one's a pretty nice one, but the shortstop makes a quick decision to back up the third baseman after Missy couldn't get a hand on it. So Benty came over and picked it up in deep territory and still threw the strike over there at first base for the out. Nice play.
And you got the second baseman covering at first as the two corner infielders are charging in.
And here is Reese Kendall. I didn't even get to tell you about Emma Hilton and her batting average this year, so we'll have to wait. No. Here is Reese Kendall. Kendall batting .333 on the year with 3 runs batted in. That one's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. So far, all the batters that have come up to the plate for Collinsville have gone down. 7 up, 7 down. Here's batter number 8, swing and a miss by Reese Kendall with Maddie Harris, the number 9 batter in the order, on deck. One ball, 2 strikes the count. Here's the pitch. Outside and high. 2-2. Peyton Todd back into the circle, ready to go with the 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Pop fly, and back over our heads, and out of play. I think just knocked a bunch of leaves off a tree.
Hey, those just got there.
2-2 the count, I know. Here's the pitch to Kendall. Swing and a miss, and Kendall is down on strikes. Catcher drops the ball, and the throw down to first base in time for the out. That is the 3rd strikeout of the afternoon for Peyton Todd, and that will bring up Maddie Harris.
Right fielder, number 9, Maddie Harris.
Harris comes in batting .282 with 8 runs batted in. One of those was a home run. She hit that in the Granite City game, I believe.
Yeah, and that was the hard way, too, with that 300-foot fence there. But
high fly ball into the outfield, and that's going to drop in. Collinsville has their first hit, and that was in no man's land as well. Sometimes that's what it takes to get that first base hit, and the first base hit of the game belongs to Maddie Harris for Collinsville.
Sometimes you need a bit of a break. Adams is a speedy hitter fielder. She was just about there.
So Lexi Rafalowski will come up with 2 outs and a runner on first. Lexi was a strikeout victim her first time up as she squared around to bunt the first 2 pitches she saw in the first inning and went through both of them. Then she had to take the bunt away and swung through. Strike 3. This time she squares the bunt and lets it go by. And there's a slap hit right back to Peyton Todd in the circle. Over to first base for the out. So Collinsville does pick up their first hit, but they can't do much with it with 2 outs. And Collinsville has been blanked through the first 3 innings. We head now to the top half of the 4th inning. And Belleville West right now in control of this one by a score of 5-0.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
Emma McGinnis will lead things off here in the top of the 4th inning for Belleville West. McGinnis grounded out to Maya Clark her first time up and looks at one inside and low for a ball. Bottom of the order, Emma McGinnis, Aubrey Weaver, the 8 and 9 hitters, then back to the top of the order in JoJo Adams. 8 players came to the plate last inning for Belleville West. As that one hits the outside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike the count to McGinnis, the right fielder for the Maroons. Thomas is ready with another. Here it is. And that one's on the inside corner. So from one corner to the next, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
West really capitalized on Collins' mistakes throughout that third. It was really just 2 hits. One of them was a bloop hit.
Strike 3 called. And
practically hit her.
Almost. I don't know, man. I just work here.
The left fielder, number 1.
First strikeout of the game for Thomas. 1 out in the inning. And the number 9 hitter comes up in the form of Aubrey Weaver. Weaver lined out to first baseman Briley Anderton, her first time up on a nice play over there at first base by Anderton. She's got enough dirt on the front of her uniform to show you exactly what happened. She had to flat out dive for that ball and got it just in the webbing of the glove. Weaver bats from the left side. Pitch by Thomas, and that one's going to be a one-hopper that Bardwell can't handle, and instead of trying to rush the throw, she just realizes she's not going to be able to do anything with it. Collinsville commits their 3rd error of the game.
Now batting for the Maroons, the center
she wanted to come
fielder,
in
21,
trying to get it off the drive. She just wanted to make the throw, but waiting for it kind of crossed her up. And Weaver was going to make it by the time anyway.
Yeah, if she could have taken 2 quick steps in, she probably would have caught that on the fly. Here's a high fly ball in the infield. Maya Clark calls for it, and right outside the pitcher's circle, she brings it in for out number 2.
The shortstop, number 7.
So that erases JoJo Adams, who singled and scored a run in that 3rd inning. Here is Sophia Benty, who has scored 2 runs, a walk and a score, and reached on an error and a score in the 3rd. 2 outs, runner on first. Here's the pitch, outside corner, called strike. I think this umpire's got somewhere to be. He's
zone's pretty wide.
It is.
But, you know.
He's got plans, man.
Make the batters do something.
Maybe he's got tickets to the Cardinal game. Another strike. This one inside, outside.
He wants to be the, 50 millionth fan or whatever?
Yeah, 50 millionth, in the new stadium. Zach Roseman's going to that game.
I went Monday, and that was ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. There's a shot right back to where it came from. Thomas, a nice easy throw over to first base, and the Maroons have stranded another runner. They have stranded 3 here in this contest, but they lead by a score of 5-0, and we take a break. We'll come back and tell you all about the home half of the 4th inning, and we'll be doing that here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. Calling all sports fans. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Caseyville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahawk sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs that you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers, sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest brew in town. And don't forget to try your luck at the Lucky Fox Gaming Room. Dine in and catch a game, or order carryout with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-855-9500. Back here at the Collinsville Sports Complex, I'm Todd Duke, Chris Kettler on the other microphone. Glad that you're with us as we have moved right along. Bottom of the 4th inning is where we are, and is Mackenzie Young to lead things off. It'll be Young, Briley Anderton, and Brianna Wellen, the heart of the order here for Collinsville. If anyone can get on, Maya Clark will have a chance to bat as Young looks at one over the heart of the plate there. Strike 1. Mackenzie popped up to the second baseman, Emily Allen, her first and only time to the plate so far. Next pitch by Todd. Screamer down the third baseline. That bounces and hits the stomach of Missy. And it stayed down there for her. Pick it up and throw it over to first base. She appears to be okay. That was a rocket shot.
Now batting for Collinsville.
Yeah, one took a little hop on Wellen earlier. That third baseman, that third base area, I don't know what's over there. Kind of pops up on him.
That it did. Here is Briley Anderton. Anderton grounded out to Missy, her first time up. And Todd pitches outside, ball one. Want to know the count to Briley Anderton. Pitch from Todd. Swing and a miss. That one had the outside corner written all over it. If she wouldn't have swung at it, it probably would have been called a strike with this umpire's strike zone being so wide. 1-1 the count to Anderton. Todd ready with that 1-1 pitch. Here it is. Outside and high. We've already seen that called a strike here in this game.
Yeah, that was the exact spot that Bardwell got ran up on in the second.
Exact same spot. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball. This one's got gap written all over it. That one's down in left center field all the way to the wall. JoJo Adams chases it down, and Anderton is into second base with a stand-up, one-out double. Hot hitting continues for Briley Anderton.
Drove that one left center field. Got all of that one.
Sure did.
And first big drive of the game for the Kahawks.
Out there where that crowd is, sitting on the backs of their trucks. Here is Brianna Wellen. She looks at one on that outside corner for a called strike one. Brianna popped up to the pitcher, her first time up.
See if the Kahawks can't piece together some hits the second time through the lineup here.
Swing and a miss. And Wellen quickly in an 0-2 hole. Brianna will go from being a K-Hawk to a Quincy Hawk. That was just like a bunt, and I don't think even if Paige Missy would have got there that she would have been able to throw out Wellen. That ball took its sweet time getting out there, so we'll call it a bunt base hit. It'll just look like a base hit in the books. First and third for Collinsville now. Only one out. Here is Maya Clark. See if she can atone for those couple of errors and drive in a run or two or three. Maya grounded out to the shortstop Benty, her first time up. Pitch from Todd on the way. Swinging a little blooper. That's going to get down, and Collinsville is going to score a run. Stopping at second base is Brianna Wellen, and nicely done there by Maya Clark with an RBI single, and Collinsville gets one of those runs back.
Now they're starting to piece it together here with some hits. Like I said, second time through the lineup. Second time seeing this pitcher. Kahawks are starting to knock them in.
Well, let's see if we can keep the line moving. Here is Katie Bardwell, who got rung up on a pitch high and outside in her last at bat. One of 3 strikeouts on the afternoon so far for Todd. Runners at first and second. Wellen at second. Clark at first. Bardwell the batter. Bunt, and it's foul. 0-2 to Katie Bardwell. Bardwell digs back in from the right side, looking for something to hit here now. 0-2 pitch, way high, or excuse me, way outside. Not high, but that was way out. If he would have called that a strike, I would have threw something at him. I know there's a fence in front of me, but I used to be pretty good at those spit wads back in the day. Pitch and a little blooper, and that one's off of the glove of the pitcher, off of the second baseman. Everybody makes it up to the corners except for Maya Clark, who was trapped. Clark didn't know what to do. She was stuck in no man's land waiting for that ball to either be caught. She didn't want to get doubled off, so I understand why she hesitated. But Collinsville now with runners at the corners and 2 outs instead of bases loaded and 1 out. So that's the way that one goes.
There's nothing she could do
Nope.
there. It wasn't popped up enough to be an infield fly.
No, not at all.
But she almost got a sporting chance there to get the second. I wish it was bobbled around.
There is Emma Hilton, and taking off from first is Katie Bardwell. She's in there with an uncontested stolen base. First stolen base on the afternoon for Collinsville, and The Kahawks now have runners at first and second and 2 outs. Hilton grounded out her first time up and looks at one low. Grounded out to Benty over at shortstop with the second baseman covering on that play. And a 2-1 pitch from Todd on the way. Outside, 3-1. Reese Kindle on deck. Collinsville with a run home. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. 5-1, Belleville West leads. Todd ready with a 3-1. Here it comes. A little slap that ends up going foul off of the bat of Emma Hilton. Where's number 1 on her jersey? Full count. Runners will be off and going here. Here's the pitch, swinging a little popper. That's into the glove of Peyton Todd, and a nice play there by the pitcher to end the inning. A little infield, I don't even know if you call that a pop-up, but it was registered for out number 3. In the inning, Collinsville picks up their first run. They do so on 3 base hits. No errors committed in the inning, and Collinsville left 2 base runners on base. We now head to the top of the 5th inning, moving right along here. 5-1 in favor of Belleville West, and we're back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Collinsville Daily News, the new online source for everything newsworthy in and around Collinsville. This news source is designed to be the heartbeat of the Collinsville community and is owned and operated by members that live in this area. The Collinsville Daily News generates their revenue with local support from the community in which they serve and from advertising. They do not charge to read their content, so you'll never run into one of those annoying paywalls. Not only that, but the Collinsville Daily News offers free classified advertising. You have items you want to buy, sell, or trade? It's free to post. Wedding or engagements announcements, as well as obituaries, all free at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com. Plus, they have the content that matters most. Collinsville news you need to know, coverage of Kahawk sports, and a keen eye on city news. The Collinsville Daily News also has an event tab that allows you to find out what is going on in and around the region for you and your family, the heartbeat of the community. Helping readers make sense of an increasingly chaotic world. Check them out at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com on social media sites Facebook and Instagram. The heartbeat of this community is the Collinsville Daily News.
Paige Missy will lead things off here for Belleville West in the top of the 5th. Missy has reached on a fielder's choice and scored, and also grounded out, and she's going to try to ground out again. Bardwell stays with it, but she couldn't get it out of her glove in time once she did pick it up, and the throw was just a little bit too late. And Missy is on base for the second time.
Missy goes after the first pitch, just a screamer over there to Bardwell.
Unfortunately, we'll have to tag Katie with another error. And that is the 4th error committed in this game by Collinsville so far. 2 of them by Clark and 2 of them by Bardwell. That brings up Peyton Hilpert. And Hilpert grounds one in between third and short. So the first 2 have reached here for Belleville West as they look to get that run back that Collinsville scored in the bottom of the 4th.
The second baseman.
First 2 batters starting to look like what Edwardsville did back on Friday, just attacking the ball early in the count.
Carly Dashner in the courtesy run.
Dashner with her 20 stolen bases now into run. And here is Emily Allen, who is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Ground out and a fly out. Collinsville looking for the double play. Pitch popped up, and it's going to fall. And over to first base in time for the out over there. Everybody moves up a bag. And it's second and third for Belleville West with 1 away.
The first baseman, number 4, Elise Gibson.
That one almost could have been an infield fly rule.
Yeah, it happened so quickly.
Yeah.
Don't think they were able to get that out, but Cavs weren't able to use it to their advantage. Only got the 1 out at first.
Yep. Nice job there by Mackenzie Young, leaving her feet and snagging that outside pitch. Here is Elise Gibson. Gibson popped up in her first at bat on a nice play by Bardwell in shallow left field, and then singled in a run in that 4-run third. Here's the 1-0. Outside, says the umpire. 2-0. Runners on second and third. Dashner is on at second. Missy's on over at third.
Another one in there for a ball is.
Yeah. 3-0 now.
Lost some control here.
Yeah, first base is open, but I wouldn't suggest loading the bases to try to pitch to Todd. Here's the next delivery. That one's right down the middle for a strike, and taking all the way was Elise Gibson. Wears number 4 on her back. Maroons are all dressed in black today. They have on the maroon socks and the word Maroons written across the fronts of their jerseys. As Thomas brings another one home, and that one's fouled out of play. Collinsville sporting the purple and white. Got the purple pants, the white socks, the white jerseys. Kahawks written across the fronts of their jerseys in a thin purple outline.
The white on white letter and numbers.
Yeah. Full count. Here's the pitch. Swinging a pop fly. This one's going to send Rafalowski back, and she makes the catch over her shoulder. Nicely done. That is going to send home a run, and the throw on the other run is just a little bit too high. If you bring that down on a line drive, you probably have a chance, but there was way too much air under that ball.
I go play by Rafalowski just to get to it, but
yeah,
she had to go way to her left and back.
The pitcher, number 9.
And it ends up being a 2 RBI.
2 RBI sacrifice fly.
Sacrifice fly.
Yeah.
That's a wild one there.
It sure is. 2 away. 2 runs home. And not only does the Maroons get that run back that Collinsville scored, but they bested it by 1. And here is Peyton Todd, who is 0 for 2 on the afternoon with 2 groundouts. Pitch. That hits the outside corner, 1-1.
That would have been worth it. Pete said peel at the girl from second left early.
Why not give it a try?
Is she that fast?
Yeah. That one's inside, and Peyton Todd didn't move an inch. She did that last time she was up to the plate, too. And then both of them got called strikes. So Todd, already with 4 innings pitched. As she looks at one high and outside, that's 13 innings in the last 3 days for her in the pitcher's circle. Like I said, they got a day off tomorrow, does Belleville West, and then they have a doubleheader against Civic Memorial on Saturday. 6 games in 7 days. Here's another pitch to Todd. That one's down the middle, and it's a full count to the opposing pitcher, Peyton Todd.
Forecasts don't look too good for Saturday. Collins is supposed to go to Centralia, play Centralia in Columbia. That try has been on the schedule for about 10 years and has rarely ever been played. It rains about every time.
Yeah. I know the girls soccer team, they're playing in a tournament on Saturday as well.
They're going up to Iowa. I looked at the forecast for up there, too, and it looks like they're going to be dodging rain up in Iowa.
We all been dodging rain, man. It's like rain dodging April.
But the way it's probably been in Iowa, it's probably lucky they're not dodging snow.
Yeah, nothing on the schedule for tomorrow. Wide open. There's another foul ball. This one's going to stay in the park, but no one's going to be able to get there.
We're out of balls.
So our next game isn't until the month of May. We have some baseball action for you Monday against Columbia at home. 2 baseball games for you this week. I was supposed to have a baseball game today against Alton. It got moved to yesterday. I couldn't do yesterday. I had to take my daughter to the DMV to get her license, and we did. I walked through the door at 4 o'clock, so no way I would have been able to make that. Another foul ball. This one's out of play. So finally, young Miss Addison has her driver's license.
Like that.
Everybody should be scared now.
She hadn't had it before. That wasn't a renewal?
No, she hadn't had it before that. No, she turned 16 the day before St. Patrick's Day of 2020. As we know, St. Patrick's Day of 2020, the world got shut down. So she couldn't do anything. Everything got behind. Peyton Todd takes a walk. And that is the third walk issued here in the game by Marissa Thomas, but the first two came in the first inning. She has settled down since then.
You don't have to renew them that early.
No.
Quickly, I mean.
No. Here is Emma McGinnis, strikeout victim her last time up, 0 for 2. And Maya Clark shouldn't have a problem with this one, up over an OUT. Nothing doing in the top of the fifth for Belleville West. We will head to the bottom of the fifth inning, and Collinsville is running out of outs here as it's getting kind of late, and the Kahawks are losing by a score of 7-1.
Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, the usual. So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville.
Bottom of the fifth is here, and the Kahawks have their work cut out for them as they trail by 6. Here is Reese Kendall leading things off. It'll be Kendall followed by Maddie Harris. Back to the top of the order in Alexi Rafalowski, and Kendall's only at bat. She was a strikeout victim. Back in the third, one of 3 strikeouts on the afternoon so far for Peyton Todd. And the first pitch is a strike. Kendall awaits another from Todd. Here it comes, swinging a pop fly. This one's on the infield and toward the first baseline. Second baseman Emily Allen makes a nice play, as Elise Gibson gave way for Allen to make that play because Gibson was having a hard time dealing with the first base bag over there.
The right fielder, number 9, Maddie Harris.
I knew she was under it that quickly, just cleared out of the way. Let the second baseman handle it.
Probably a smart move on her part. Here is Maddie Harris. Harris singled back in the third. She was left stranded. She singled with 2 outs. And an 0-1. A slow roller down the third base side. Missy is up with it and in time for the out.
Real close.
Yeah, it was.
Back to the top of the order.
Does everybody have things to do tonight? This game's like moving right along here.
Yeah, we could get out of here and watch the Cardinal game.
Yeah. You can get out of here before it starts raining, too. That'd be nice.
Well, that, too. The rain's coming.
Here is Rafalowski, 0 for 2 on the afternoon, and she acted like she wanted to do one of those slap bunts, but never took the bat off her shoulder, and that was a called strike, 0-1. Look at all the outfielders. They move in. There's one over the head, off with the glove of Benty, and nothing she could do about that. Once it hit the glove, she did not have enough time to go track the ball down to throw out the speedy Rafalowski. So the first error of the game committed by Belleville West will allow Collinsville a base runner, and Rafalowski on base for the first time. See if she can do her thing and steal second while Mackenzie Young bats. Mackenzie 0 for 2 on the afternoon with a pop-up and a ground out.
Worked out for Rafalowski, showing bunt earlier, making the infielders come in an extra step there, and then she ends up hitting one up over him.
That's what I was just getting ready to say right before she did that, and especially the outfielders, man. The outfielders were way in, probably about, 10 feet away from the outfield or infield dirt. She could muscle up and get one over the head of somebody out there. She could run for days. Might even be an inside the park home run. She's that quick. Here's the 1-0, and going is Rafalowski, and the throw will go into center field, but JoJo Adams was there to back up the play, so Rafalowski couldn't go anywhere except for second base. And Rafalowski, with her 17th stolen base on the year, she leads the Kahawks in that department. Collinsville has 47 stolen bases this year, averaging 2.6 a game. Pitch to Young is outside. Ralphalowski at second. Young at the plate. Anderton waits on deck. Oof. Man, oh man.
I'd like to get this to Anderton. She had a very good hit last time.
Yes, she did.
Drove it to left center field.
When you're getting called strikes 4 inches off the outside corner, it's tough. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a foul ball out of play. You got to protect now. Umpire's strike zone is so wide, man. If there's something outside, you almost have to swing at it. Two pitch on the way. And if you called that one a strike, I was going to be mad again. Full count.
That one's way outside. Not even close, not even in the batter's box.
Nope. Full count to Mackenzie Young. Here's the pitch. Swinging another foul. We'll do it all over again.
Can't square one up here and drive it. Drive in Rafalowski.
Need a mistake to hit. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And down on strikes is Mackenzie Young. And the inning comes to a close with no further damage being done as Collinsville strands another runner. They have stranded 4 on the afternoon. And we now head to the top of the 6th inning. And Belleville West continues to hold on to that lead. Right now, it stands at 7-1.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number 1 on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. Todd Duke, Chris Keller back with you at the Collinsville Sports Complex. Kahawks trailing right now 7-1 as we have made our way to the top of the 6th inning. Scheduled for 7, and Collinsville trails by 6. Due up here, Aubrey Weaver, the number 9 hitter, back to the top of the order, and JoJo Adams and Sophia Benty. Weaver has reached on an error and lined out. She steps in from the left side, ready to face Marissa Thomas. Pitch. Ball low. Spring sports season winding down. The seeds came out today for girls soccer. Collinsville gets a 7 seed. And next week we'll see the seeds for boys volleyball. And then I think the might have baseball and softball in the same week, right? Next week? The seedings?
It's going to come out at the beginning of the week after that. I don't know
Okay.
why the baseball, softball, like how soccer and volleyball are going to come out on Thursday, Friday. The baseball, softball, whatever, come out like Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
Weird.
Bouncer back to Thomas, over to first. No problem. 1 out.
It's like a week from Monday.
Back to the top of the order.
Yeah.
Belleville West, the center
Schedule for girls playoff soccer will come out tomorrow. So as soon as we know what that is, we will pass that along to you. Here is JoJo Adams. Adams has popped up twice to Maya Clark at second. In between those two pop-ups, she singled, stole a base, and scored as this one is out of play off to the right side. JoJo Adams, the center fielder. Thomas ready with the 0-1 pitch. Here it is. Strike called. 0-2. Sophia Benty waits on deck. Thomas ready with another. And here is the 0-2. That one's outside. 1-2. Soccer, of course, will start their playoffs a week before everybody else does. There's another chance for Clark right into her glove, and out is JoJo Adams. She can't stay away from hitting the ball to Maya Clark.
Shortstop, number 7, Sophia.
Yeah, popped up to her a couple times and now grounds out to the second baseman.
2 away. And here is Sophia Benty. Benty has scored 2 runs, reached on a walk and an error. And the last time up, she grounded out back to Thomas in the pitcher's circle. Here is Thomas's pitch, swinging. I don't need that one. I think if she wouldn't have hit that ball with her bat, the ball probably would have hit her. She swung way early.
Way out in front of that one.
Yeah. It was coming right at her. She swatted it away. Just a strike. 0-1. Thomas ready with another pitch. Here it comes. Outside.
Softball regionals, I believe, are Edwardsville and Belleville West.
I believe you are correct.
So
we'll have to wait and see where everything lands before we commit to anything. There's a fly ball off to the left side or the right side out of play. Yeah, because if the girls' soccer team can win some playoff games, then of course they become the priority over anything else, and we'll see what we can cover and what we can't. Probably we'll have to get young Mr. Zach Roseman with his phone to help us out there with some playoff coverage. Here's a bouncing ball. Bardwell with it. Nice strong throw and a nice stretch again by Anderton over at first base. I tell you what, Bardwell and Anderton have played very well out of their positions that they are used to playing. So that's one feather in the cap that Collinsville can be glad about. Bottom of the 6th moves along, and Collinsville down to their final 6 outs. And they've got some work to do, and we'll see if they can get it done here after a timeout coming up for you on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
In Collinsville, call Scott Allen at 618-346-1500. Bradley Anderton leads things off here in the bottom of the 6th for Collinsville. Anderton has scored the only run for the Kahawks. That was back in the 4th inning as Anderton came home on a single by Maya Clark after Briley smoked a double into the left center field gap. And she is in front in the count here early, 2-0. Here comes the next pitch from Todd, and another shot right through the left side. This one in between short and third, and Anderton is now 2 for 3 on the afternoon.
Sees the ball real well there and gets that. And what is umpire signaling there?
I don't know. I have no idea.
He went up the line a bit and talked to Coach Jess and something about throwing the bat.
Well, she threw the bat.
Geez. All the things.
What is
worry
he
about?
What is he writing down? Is he writing down that she's throwing the bat in his little card there?
I guess it's like
number 8, bat thrower.
I guess it's like a warning.
I guess. I don't know. Collinsville now out hitting Belleville West 5-3, even though the Maroons have a 7-1 lead. We have 8 runs on the board and 8 hits. 5 by the team that's trailing by 6.
I mean, of all things, throwing the bat, I mean.
Sure, she didn't, mean to throw it at someone.
I mean, it's her bat.
Yeah.
It's our home field.
She should say, it's my bat. I'll do what I want with it.
My bat. It's our home field. I mean, what is the umpire?
Brianna Wellen is 1 for 2 on the afternoon, a single and a pop-up. And she pops another one up. This one's going to be into the outfield, and JoJo Adams is there with the catch, and there's 1 away. So nothing doing for Wellen. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here is Maya Clark, who singled home Anderton with the only run of the game for Collinsville. Did that in the 4th. Besides that, she grounded out to the shortstop in the 2nd. So Clark is 1 for 2. Pitch, and the third baseman gobbles it up, throws over to second for 1. That's all they're going to get. No return throw. So Anderton is out. 5-4 for out number 2. Maya Clark reaches on the fielder's choice, and that will bring up Katie Bardwell. 2 outs. Bardwell trying to get on base. Swinging a shot down the third base line, but just foul. Right in between Coach Schmittling in the third base coach's box and the third baseman, Paige Missy. Bardwell's had some good swings. Here's the pitch. High. Of course, she didn't swing at that called third strike back in the 2nd. Katie digs back in from the right side. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Runner on first base. That's Maya Clark. Here's the pitch. Ball low. 2-1 the count. Peyton Todd pitching into the 6th inning here for the Maroons. Swing and a miss by Bardwell. 2-2. 2 outs. Runner on first base. Collinsville trails by 6. Need a big late inning comeback here if you want to pull out this win. Pitch is outside. These two teams did play earlier in the year at Belleville West on March 29th. Maroons won that one 9-2. Maroons had a 9-0 lead before Collinsville played at 2 in the 7th. Here's the pitch. Ball 4, and Bardwell gets on via the free pass, and that is the first walk issued by Peyton Todd in this game.
Yeah, as big as this strike zone has been, amazing there was a walk here today.
Yeah. And Coach Schmittling turning the wheels and going to the bench. And it looks like Bailey Demick is going to come out and hit for Emma Hilton.
Your attention, please. Now batting for the Kahawks, number 4, Bailey Demick.
So Demick will come up, batting .278 on the year with 3 runs batted in, including a home run, a couple of doubles as well. Trying to get a little pop of the bat here as the game is very late. 2 outs, runners on first and second, swinging a foul ball back to the screen from Demick. Demick, a freshman, so that's putting a lot of confidence in your bench players, bringing out a freshman here in the late innings of a game that you trail by 6 in.
She wasn't announced at the beginning of the game, so she must have had some at-bats over there at the JV game and moved over.
This one's in foul territory and handled right on the third base line by Paige Missy, so nothing doing for Collinsville in their half of the 6th inning. And the Kahawks have stranded a couple of more. They have left 6 base runners on base here in this game as we now move along to the 7th inning. Collinsville trailing by a score of 7-1, and we'll be back to tell you all about the top of the 7th in just a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Extreme Details, owned and operated by former Kahok Jay Merkel. Jay and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or an RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, and they vacuum every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 977-1224 or visit Extreme Details at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details.
Middle of the order here for the Maroons in the 7th inning. It'll be Paige Missy to lead things off, and she looks at one outside. Ball one. Missy, Peyton Hilpert, and Emily Allen here, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for Belleville West. Thomas pitches. High fly ball. On the move is Rafalowski, as well as, no. Maya Clark commits her 3rd error of this game. Had that one in her glove, and it popped right out.
Yeah, she just kept going and lost the ball there. Didn't realize she was there, put the glove up.
I would have rather have seen Rafalowski come in and call her off, as Rafalowski was charging the whole way. She plays a shallow center field anyway, does Lexi, because she's got the wheels to catch up with a lot of things hitting her direction. And that ball was caught about 5 feet into the outfield grass. Here is Peyton Hilpert. Hilpert pops one up. That one's going to be trouble, but Rafalowski, she uses that speed, gets to the ball, and catches it right in front of the warning track, and back to first base goes Paige Missy.
You talked about her speed and was playing a bit shallow and really had to go to her right and all the way down to the warning track to make that catch.
There is Emily Allen. Allen is 0 for 3 on the afternoon. 2 ground outs and a fly out, but the ground out she got an RBI with in the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch and a base hit right in between first and second. Maddie Harris throws a strike into Katie Bardwell covering second, and the Maroons have runners on first and second.
First baseman number 4, Elise Gibson.
On the 4th hit of the afternoon for Belleville West. Here is Elise Gibson. Gibson is 0 for 2. She had a 2 RBI sacrifice fly in the 5th inning. Yes, that's right. I said a 2 RBI sacrifice fly. Actually, she probably should only get credit for 1 RBI, and the other one came home on an error. I don't know. Did I remember that correctly?
I mean, the throws just took so long that...
Another pop-up. Rafalowski on the move, this time over in right center field, and she makes the catch and throws it into third base, keeping the runners where they are. Rafalowski's been busy out there in this inning. So still runners on at first and second, now with 2 outs. And here is Peyton Todd, the pitcher. 0 for 2 with a walk this afternoon. Thomas is ready. And the pitch high. Seven to 1. Belleville West with a 6-run lead. Collinsville, when they bat in the bottom of the 7th, will be down to their final 3 outs. Trying to keep the score right where it is. There's one outside. That one's a wild pitch all the way back to the screen. And both runners will move up. Third wild pitch uncorked this afternoon by Thomas. So now runners are in scoring position for Peyton Todd as she awaits the 2-0. Slow roller to Emma Clark at second base and in time for the out. So Collinsville has their work cut out for them. They trail by 6 runs as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, and we'll be back to tell you all about the Last chance effort here for Collinsville after a timeout on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Todd Duke, Chris Keller back with you. We're at the Collinsville Sports Complex here on the western side of Collinsville. We're a hop, skip, and a jump away from the middle school and the remnants of the old water plant.
Left fielder number 20, Reese Kendall.
Reese Kendall will lead things off here for the Kahawks as Collinsville down to their final 3 outs of this game. Kendall 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-up. Then Maddie Harris, who's 1 for 2. Back to the top of the order, and Lexi Rafalowski here before we're all said and done. Collinsville hoping to not be all said and done, even after Rafalowski bats. But they need a lot of base runners to even have a chance. 1-0 pitch from Todd to Kendall. Swinging a base hit up the middle. That's how you get it started. It's exactly what you need to do. Collinsville picks up hit number 6.
The right fielder, number 9, Maddie Harris.
That'll bring up Maddie Harris.
Got to get it started somehow if it's going to happen.
That's right. Harris with a single earlier in the game. She's 1 for 2. And we'll see how long that Coach Corte sticks with Peyton Todd in the circle if another base runner reaches. It's up to Maddie Harris now. Todd's ready with a 1-0. Outside, ball 2. Reese Kendall on at first base. Maddie Harris up to the plate. Nobody out. Here's the pitch. Outside and high. Ball 3. And I would imagine that Peyton Todd's arm's got to be getting tired. Her 16th inning pitched in the last couple of days. There's a strike on the outside corner. 3-1 as Maddie Harris was taken all the way. Here's the 3-1. Swinging a foul ball out of play. It goes from 3-1 to a full count.
Got to be getting a bit tired. I mean, say, they pitch several games throughout a weekend in select ball, but it's got to be different here. School ball and,
Yep.
Game, school. Not a lot of rest in there.
Second walk given up in this game by by Peyton Todd. 2 runners on, nobody out. Lexi Rafalowski comes to the plate. No move so far by Cassandra Corte, the head coach for Belleville West. And Rafalowski, she is reached on an error, and there's a bunt, and that one's going to roll foul. That ball had that spin on it, man. As soon as it hit the ground, it started making its way over to the third baseline.
Smart play by the third baseman. Just let it go foul.
Yeah, I don't think if she would have been down and picked that up, she wouldn't have gotten anyone out. So Rafalowski will dig back in. Alexi, a strikeout and a ground out. And then she reached on an error and was stranded. Here's a pop fly. This one's going to the outfield, and JoJo Adams playing right behind the shortstop position. The center fielder right behind the shortstop makes the play.
Yeah, she's been playing way more to her right with Rafalowski batting, and ends up being the right move.
Sure does. Here's Mackenzie Young, 0 for 3 on the afternoon. I'd like to break out of that slump right here and now. Todd pitches. High, ball 1. Collinsville trails by 6, so those 2 base runners mean nothing. Not to Belleville West anyway. They mean everything to Collinsville because they'd like to see him come home and score. Here's the 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Next delivery on the way. That one is low and outside, 3-0. Peyton Todd takes a little bit more time trying to collect herself in that circle. Here's the 3-0. Ball 4. Bases are loaded. Collinsville's got a chance here.
Yeah, it gets real interesting here now with the bases loaded and the big bats coming up.
Yeah. And so far, again, Corte still sitting on that bucket in front of her dugout, not getting up.
No one warming up or anything.
Nope.
At least not down there. I don't think back behind us either.
Nope.
Said they got 7 players that have registered pitching stats.
Yeah. All right, so we have the big bats coming up. Anderson has singled and doubled her last 2 times up. Started off the game with a ground out to third base, and she's got the bases loaded and only 1 out. And the pitch from Todd, outside, ball 1. Nowhere to put her. She's going to have to put one over the plate here at some point.
Outfield playing her way deep.
Yep. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball down the third base side, 1-1. Everybody out there sitting in the backs of their pickup trucks, they'd like to see a home run hit right in their direction. Anderson leads the team in home runs and RBIs, could add to that total, and there's a shot down the third base line, but foul. She put some smoke on that ball.
Get that one to bang around in that left field corner there. Clear the bases.
Got to straighten it out for that to happen. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Bases full of Kahawks. Here's the pitch to Anderson. Oh, that one's way outside. I think that Peyton hung on to that one too long. 2-2.
Lost the release point a bit.
Yeah. Peyton Todd ready with a 2-2. Here it is. Swinging a really high pop fly.
That's infield
Second
fly.
baseman Allen calls for it, but yeah, it's an infield fly rule, so an automatic out. And there are 2 away.
Third baseman, number 27, Bree.
And Bree Wellen is 1 for 3 on the afternoon with a single sandwiched in between 2 pop-ups. She looks at a strike on the outside corner. Another pitch from Peyton Todd to Brianna Wellen. Foul ball, so Belleville West 1 strike away from ending this game. This game has moved along at a pretty good clip, man. We're just an hour and a half in. Here's the 0-2. Outside and high. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. 2 outs. Bases loaded, all full of Kahawks. Young on at first. Kendall on at third. Harris on at second. Here's the pitch. Outside again. 2-2. Got to have nerves of steel taking these outside pitches today, man.
Yeah, with the game on the line right there.
Yep. 2-2 the count. 3 runners on, 2 outs. Here is the pitch. Outside. Ball 3. Good eye there by Wellen. Full count. Runners will be off with the pitch. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Wellen down on strikes to end the game. And they strand 3 more runners. Do the Kahawks as Collinsville falls today by a score of 7-1. That brings us into our post-game program brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused as helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. You can give them a call at their phone number 343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Kahawks fall tonight, Final score of 7-1, and we're back to wrap things up here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010.
At Chiropractic Works, our mission is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible without the use of drugs and surgery. We have state-of-the-art testing available to see if we think we might be able to help you with any health issues that you're dealing with. Whether it's neck pain, back pain, headache, sinus, allergies, numbness, tingling, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, knee, or ankle problems, we've helped many people solve these issues without the use of drugs and surgery. If you'd like to get to the root cause of your health problems, feel free to give us a call and schedule a consultation or a new patient exam to see if we think we might be able to help you.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville falls to 7-12 on the year and 2-6 in Southwestern Conference play as they drop a 7-1 decision to Belleville West. The Maroons score 7 runs on just 4 base hits. They committed 1 error and they left 6 base runners on. Collinsville, they pick up 1 run on 6 base hits. They out-hit the Belleville West Lady Maroons, but the 5 errors committed in the game for Collinsville were really costly, and the Kahawks also left 9 runners on base. And Chris Keller, that's the premise of the game right there, man. You cut down on those mistakes and the first inning walks, and this is a different game.
Yeah, keep it close there, and if you can drive in some of the runners you left on base, maybe go toe for toe here with Belleville West today, and maybe try to find a way to get that win, but too many errors and they'll knock you out of the game real early.
Yeah, and that's what happened here today, and that's kind of been a microcosm, if you will, of the Kahawks season. They're just committing too many errors and not taking advantage of the chances that they do get. And then when they got a pretty good game in the circle from Marissa Thomas, but the errors committed behind her didn't help it out at all.
Sometimes you just got to get a little help from defense, not really a strikeout pitcher. She's got to get all the help she can get, and it just didn't happen here today against Belleville West. So try for farther on down the road, the next game.
Well, and their next game is going to be at Centralia. They have a 10 a.m. contest against Centralia and then a 12 o'clock contest against Columbia, but we'll see how the weather wants to act. Actually, baseball's got a couple of games, too. They're playing a doubleheader at Highland this Saturday, and, of course, the girls soccer team, they're in Iowa for the Adidas tournament, but they can play through rain. So we'll see what happens over the weekend with the weather as far as these teams getting to play 2 baseball games as well as 2 softball games. Speaking of baseball, that's our next action. Monday at Fletcher Field, Collinsville taking on Columbia. Tuesday we have boys volleyball action for you. Thursday we're back at Fletcher Field for a battle against the O'Fallon Panthers. They're really, really good. And then Saturday, a week from tomorrow, we're at Kahok Stadium for the big track and field invitational that gets underway at 10 a.m. So see you. Are you going to be at the game Monday? You don't need to be, but it's the only thing on the schedule.
See how life goes, right?
Yeah, we'll see how life goes. All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your help. Right. That is Chris Kettler. My name is Todd Duke. A big thank you to Mr. Kettler filling in on the other microphone, and a big thank you to Maya Clark, who was kind enough to join me in the pregame interview. My name is Todd Duke, and until Monday, everybody, have yourself a good rest of your week and enjoy your weekend.